Ice Fiber Override.
Oh my. Why is a bonus case this long? I'm pretty sure last time I played it for like 5, 6, 7 hours, and we're already 3 hours into this one. So like, geez, this is going to be the longest case by far, longer than the last case. How's that possible? I'm so sorry, Mr. Wright. I'm sorry for what my sister said. Drastic crimes require drastic measures. That's just the way it is. We did what we had to in order for him to get the verdict he deserved. I didn't know. I never knew that the SL9 incident was just another name for the Joe Dark killings. Sounds like everyone's heard about these killings but me. Lana wanted Dark convicted so badly. That's why she used me. That's why she used what happened to me. What do you mean what happened to you? It's all there in the file. Joe Dart's last victim was prosecutor Neil Marshall. When he murdered Officer Marshall's brother, he left behind an incriminating piece of evidence. What did that have to do with those killings, Emma? On the night prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered, Joe Dart tried to kill me. What? He tried to kill you? Officer Marshall's brother, Neil, was only trying to save me. So that means you. Yes. I was a witness in the Joe Dart trial. It says as much there. I didn't see that comment. Wasn't that already there? What? Huh? Oh, okay. It happened 2 years. It happened 2 years ago. It was right about this time of the year too. There was a terrible thunderstorm that day, unusual for the season. I was alone in my sister's office. We were planning to eat dinner together once she finished her work. Then suddenly, this terrifying man came bursting into the office. Joe Dark? It seems like he was running from someone. He pulled out a knife and screamed at me. I didn't know what was going on. Just then, Prosecutor Marshall showed up. Jake Marshall's brother? Joe Dart tried to take me hostage. But before he could, Mr. Marshall tackled him. Then, what happened? I'll never forget it. Lightning struck and the lights went out. Suddenly, a bolt of lightning flashed outside the window, lighting up the office for an instant. What I saw then burned a permanent picture in my mind. I can still see it now. I sure did. Oh. Favorite case so far, Satsuki Samurai. No. It's case 4 by far. Like leaps and bounds, it's case 4. It's case 4 by far. A permanent picture? I don't remember the moment when Dark stabbed Mr. Marshall. So you weren't able to testify about that? No, I was only asked about when I was attacked. That must be why she made up the crime. Made it up? You mean provided bogus evidence? The prosecutor's office wanted the guilty verdict so badly. Lana forced the evidence and Mr. Edgeworth used it. Edgeworth? Yes, but I'm sure he didn't know anything about it. He couldn't have known he was being given false evidence. Even so, that's when it all started. The rumors about Mr. Edgeworth, it's all my fault. If I could have just testified properly, none of this would have happened. So it's true, even though he might not have known it. Okay. So I'll give Lana some rope here, because what they made clear with the whole thing of Dark, the serial murders, is that it wasn't until that specific murder that he apparently left behind evidence. But that gives more credence to it being Gant, because it's kind of like killing two birds with one stone. For some reason, Marshall's brother may have been problematic. I don't know. It's something that they're not telling us about that whole thing. Gant could have killed him, framed Dark for it, and then they get to arrest somebody who, even though they don't have the evidence to convict them, they're sure that he killed these other people that weren't Marshall's brother. So what it's looking like, to summarize it, Dark killed everybody on that list except for Marshall's brother, and Marshall's brother was killed by Gant. Maybe it was done so like that just because, like I said, they needed to arrest him and they were willing to go that far. Maybe they were embarrassed that they couldn't stop a serial murder. You see how the courtroom was in uproar about it. So during that time, everybody was paying attention to this case, and maybe it was a matter of we have to do something. We can't have a serial murder on the loose, not when it's this publicized. So Gant did what he did, Lana did what she did, and Edgeworth was caught in between. And okay, that's what it's shaping up to look like. At this point, I'm 100% sure it's Gant. He was an executive investigator in this, the only person with the authority to give Lana an order like that. Obviously, you can see Lana is remorseful about doing what she did, so I can't say that it was her own, she willed this to happen. She was complacent with it, but I don't think she thought about doing this initially. Satsuki ready for day 5? If we got a day 5, we ended the stream. Oh, not day 5, I guess. If we have another day of the trial, no. After the case ended, Lana was never the same. Oh. After the case ended, Lana was never the same. She became cold, like she is today. She must have not been able to face up to what she did, especially not to Emma. She's remorseful, so I don't think she's kind of taking a rap for it. But no, it had to be Gant. What did you see in the instant that crime occurred? Dart knocked down Mr. Marshall and raised his knife. Neil Marshall was stabbed right in front of this poor girl. I don't remember what happened after that. Apparently I passed out. So yeah, he didn't kill him. So yeah. Yeah. When I came to, Lana was cradling me in her arms. Oh, look at that. Look at the big sister moment. Poor Emma. You've been through so much. Look at the big sis energy. I couldn't bring myself to testify about that instant. I tried, but the words just wouldn't come out. I drew a picture, but it wasn't any good. 2 years ago, you must have been 14. That's understandable. Once it was all over, I made up my mind. I decided that when I grew up, I'd become a scientific investigator. I want to be able to fight crimes with my testimonies and find the evidence to make an airtight case. That way, Lana would never have to forge any. Now y'all making Emma a character. Now she's not a gag. I see. I think I'm finally starting to understand what makes Emma tick. But there's still something that bothers me about that crime. There's something that's puzzling me, Emma. What is it? You said you were in Lana's office at that time, right? That's right. Why then would a serial killer come running in there? Not only that, but he was being chased by a prosecutor? Oh, there's no mystery there. Joe Dark had been taken in for questioning that day. Taken in for questioning? You mean by the police? Of course. This happened at the police department. He tried to run away halfway through the interview and fled into my sister's office. Who was interviewing him? They may have set him up for this. But why did he run all the way over to your sister's office? Because the detective offices in the questioning room are right across from the elevator. Across from the elevator? But Lana was the chief prosecutor, wasn't she? No, silly. I didn't tell you. 2 years ago, Lana was a detective. She was the best in the entire force. What? That's news to me. After the Joe Dark case, she was transferred to the prosecutor's office and made chief prosecutor. Lana used to be a detective? I better have another talk with her. And also notice that all these detectives, all of the detectives involved in that case, every single one of them either were repositioned somewhere else or silenced. Goodman, dead. Angel Star, they got that motherfucker selling bento boxes in parking garages. Marshall's brother, dead. Marshall himself, they made him a deputy officer. He up there he in the security room just doing whatever. And now Lana, detective to prosecutor. Seems like everybody was a detective 2 years ago. Yeah, everybody were. And the one person involved with all of those characters, Gant. And he's the only one whose position apparently didn't change. Who was always their superior in that time. Let's move. I guess we're talking to Lana. February 24th, detention center, visitor's room. Lana. Mr. Wright, it seems I keep causing you trouble. Falsifying evidence. I didn't think you were the type. Criminals don't mind playing foul. Why should we? But Lana, if you're wrong, an innocent person might be found guilty. Believe me, I understand the risk. Lana, Emma told me about you. Oh? About how you were a detective 2 years ago, and how the SL9 incident was the reason for your transfer to the prosecutor's office. That's right. Could you fill me in on the details, especially about that unusual change of jobs? I suppose you have a right to know, Mr. Wright. A lot of revelations were uncovered at the trial today, not the least of which was the fact that this case is largely connected to another one 2 years ago. Evidence from that case was stolen as well, though I expected as much. I know how obsessive Officer Marshall can be. That trial, it really wasn't fair, was it? I believed in you, Lana. I believed that no matter what happened, you'd always stick to the truth. It couldn't be helped, Emma. At that trial 2 years ago, I sold my soul. Well, all dramas. No detective better than Detective L.E. What? The fact that he just said, yeah, fuck that. The fact of the matter is, at 5:15, there was no murder at the police department. Tell me it's not true, Lana, that the witness, Miss Starr, said about you stabbing Mr. Goodman with a knife. Lana, I don't understand. Why won't you tell us? Emma, this doesn't involve just me. I don't think I ever seen Lana look so phased before. So, now that we know that she was the person that falsified evidence, the reason why she may be taking a rap for this murder is because she doesn't want the other detectives, including Edgeworth, to be taken down in this big conspiracy. Because of the power that Gant has, he can throw all of this on Lana and say she's the one that falsified evidence. She was a detective at the time. And because of that, everybody involved in that, Angel Starr, Marshall, and Edgeworth, all of y'all getting locked the fuck up. So she's being a martyr in this situation, I believe. That's what it's shaping up to be. Okay. It's starting to come together. That's why she won't say anything about it. It's true. I was a member of the police force 2 years ago. She was amazing. Look at... Shh. Man. He a snake. He a snake, Lana. I'm gonna let you know. They still talk about all the cases she and Chief Gant cracked together. Chief Gant? He was a deputy chief of police back then, but he still worked the crime scenes. Damn it, Gant. He was everything I aspired to be. Batty! They were the best team ever. They solved crimes before the reports could even be filed. Emma really idolizes her big sister. But now that you're chief prosecutor, what happened? I always planned on becoming a prosecutor. The reason I became a detective was to gain experience investigating crime scenes, so you could use that evidence in court, right? Hello, you read it how I said it? Dang. Gant's help in the SL9 case was crucial to his resolution. After that, he became chief of police and arranged my transfer to the prosecutor's office. So he orchestrated it. Maybe I should ask more about this investigation of theirs 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I was second in command of detectives investigating Dark. Second in command? That means the investigating lead was Damon Gant, right? Yes. Deputy Chief Gant and I shared the same office. Shared the same office. But Gant! The thing is, Gant, the minute I saw you, I thought you did it. And they keep tying the noose around your neck tighter and tighter and tighter. I just can't wait to get to the trial because I already know you did it. Oh man, this is lovely. They even had the same office? We led a team of the best detectives on the force. Detective Goodman, whose case it was, Jake Marshall, and Angel Starr. Man, look at that. This was a super team, bruh. They had to break up the team because it was too hard. It was the first time Marshall worked with his brother. He was quite gung-ho. Damn, I don't think I took any time. Without a doubt, Joe Dark was the serial killer. Why did I do that? I meant to do this. We asked him to come in for questioning. We were desperate for evidence. That's when his final murder took place. See, a man as careful as that ain't just gonna murder somebody randomly. They didn't take him in for questioning. They took him in to force some evidence. When he tried to murder Emma. But still, his whole thing with Emma is weird. Why did that happen exactly? Gant must have threatened him prior to that or something. I wonder if he was the only person interrogating him. Prosecutor Marshall was trying to save me from Dark. You see, the first person who happened upon the scene of the crime was me. Now you tell us? Damon Gant and Neil Marshall were the ones questioning. That's what I wanted to hear. So he was questioning him. So they just so happened to drop the ball when he escaped. Okay. Why I gotta be the brother as the bad guy? Hate to see it. The brother. The investigation was in its final stages, and Dark must have suddenly panicked. That's not what happened. You telling me he killed 5 other people with not a trace of evidence against him? Just accusations, and then he suddenly panics and does like the sloppiest murder ever? So he waited until Gann and Marshall let the guards down, then fled the room. From there, he ran straight to the office shared by Deputy Chief Gann and myself. That's where he found me. So you were the first person to run into the scene, Lana? It appears so. I was filing some papers while Gann and Marshall were questioning Dark. Look at how he's murdered too. Look at how he's murdered. Does that make sense to you? Does that make sense to y'all? Bro, does that make sense to y'all that, cause the one on the floor right there is Dark. And the one on top of him is Marshall's brother. Like, bruh, he stabbed that man in the back. Nah, man. 3 bodies. Prosecutor Marshall, the victim, Emma. Oh, wait. Prosecutor Marshall, the victim, Emma, who had passed out. It's a climactic battle. And the suspect, Joe Dark. During the struggle, it seems Mr. Marshall struck a final blow before he died. Joe Dark had incurred a minor concussion and lay unconscious. What did you do? To be honest, I panicked. I picked up Emma, carried her out of the room, and just held her. Can't blame her after her sister must have gone through. What after all her sister must have gone through. After that, I placed Dark under immediate arrest. Let me get this straight. You were all involved in the SL9 incident. That's right. Quite a coincidence. I don't buy it. What are you saying? There's no way everyone involved in this trial was also involved in that incident. Just by chance. But that case was solved 2 years ago. At least one person went to extremes because they didn't believe it was truly solved. Officer Marshall, yes. His action came as a surprise to me as well. Ever since his brother died, he changed completely. He started talking in that accent. So he probably not even from Texas. He probably from Connecticut or something. I guess he wasn't convinced with the ruling against Joe Dark. Life doesn't end with the closing of a case. Everyone has to live the rest of their lives with their memories. That case just might not be over yet. Emma was assaulted by Dark at the police department, right? Yes, in an office that Damon Gann and I share. The office that Mr. Gann now occupies by himself. The chief's office. Maybe you ought to have a look at the chief's office, the site of the final SL9 murder. Whew, all right. Howdy, Bombina. Oh, Mr. Marshall. I never thought things turned out this way when I woke up this morning. Get settled. You never know where life will lead you, huh, Bombina? I should have known my luck had run out when old Billy dried up this morning. Billy? Is that a plant? Cat something? Cactus? Yeah. Must be his pet cactus. Say, Where are you headed? Just over to the prosecutor's office for a little interrogation. It's a voluntary appearance, but we all know I won't be coming back. Sorry, but you can't go into the evidence room today, partner. But Mr. Marshall, why did you do it? Why did prospectors head west? If ever there was a case I needed to know the truth about, it was that one. Before you turn yourself in. Oh, before you turn yourself in, Mr. Marshall, would you mind telling us exactly what happened? Looks like I won't be getting a steak lunch today. So you kind of got to respect. Like I was shitting on Marshall before, but you kind of got to respect how desperate he was. I guess like everybody's desperation in this. It's Angel Star is like the only weird one in this case. Because like Marshall really never gave it up, and he was trying his best to investigate the case further because he knew it was more than just Joe Dart killing his brother. But like Angel Star just started selling lunch boxes and lying. So I don't know. Like she's a weird person in this. Like Lana and Marshall, okay, cool. Angel Star is just what? If my brother was killed, I would do the same. Yeah, I feel both of them in this case, Lana and Marshall. I guess my only issue with what Marshall did is he didn't speak up earlier when things happened with what's old boy, what's the yelling boy's name? Meekins. But aside from that, like I get everybody's actions. Just like Angel Star, what the hell were you doing? I can't lie though, that was a super team, bro. That was a super team. Like think about this, man. We got Lana, who went from detective to prosecutor, so you know she's smart as hell. Angel Star's nickname was the cough up queen because she was getting confessions out of people like that. And then Jake Marshall been on Gant's ass and said he never given that up because he knows something was up. So he had a good nose. I don't really know about Goodman too much, and I don't know about Jake's brother, but they had a squad. But then that also means that you kind of got to hype up Joe Dart because they didn't have anything on that man. They had to make some shit up. Joe Dart might be a monster. Something was fishy about that trial from the beginning. It wasn't just me either. All the detectives thought so. What do you mean fishy? You need to put that knife away too, bro. Some of the facts reported were inconsistent with the evidence we found. He was trying. No. Both of them were women. Both of them were women. For example, the murder weapon. The murder weapon? You mean that switchblade knife with the broken tip? It was a Yuri. That was Joe Dart's, all right. But in the initial autopsy report, a question was raised. A question? The blade of the knife was not a perfect match with the wound the victim sustained. What does that mean? What do you mean? What does that mean, Phoenix? It means there was a good chance that knife was not the murder weapon. However, in a report that was finally submitted, that possibility had been erased. Could the facts have been concealed with forged evidence? That case left behind scars on all of us. The scars that the SL9 incident left behind. I got the looks, but he got the brains. He was one of the best prosecutors around. I just made detective when it went down. It was our first case together. That's sad. Damn, that's sad. How old was he, your brother? He was 27 at the time. And so he's the older brother. Damn. He was awarded the highest honor that very day. The highest honor? You mean the King of Prosecutors? I knew it. What are you looking at me like that for? That's an honor for a prosecutor. Mr. Marshall must have really been close with his brother. The day that the SL9 incident took place, it wasn't the same day as... That's right. It was the day of the evidence transfer. Interesting. It was drizzling that morning, and by nightfall there was thunder. I can't believe 2 years have gone by already. I tried to steal the evidence so this case wouldn't die. Apparently someone tried to stop you. Detective Goodman was murdered, and the evidence locker was empty. There was something going on behind the scenes in that case. We all knew that later. Every detective involved in that investigation, save one, was taken care of. Actually, I was talking about how Angel Star's whole thing doesn't make sense, but well, maybe not the lunchbox thing, but remember her strong hatred for prosecutors. That's why she hates prosecutors the way she does, because she blames them for forging that evidence. Before it was just like conjecture. We didn't, because we all knew about the rumors with Edgeworth, but she knew that they actually forged evidence. That's why she has a strong beef with the prosecutors. So that's why she has a problem with Lana, because in her eyes, Lana is the one who prevented them from actually solving the case to its fullest extent. So actually, everything really works with this case. Hold on, I tripped this wire. Okay. What about Detective Goodman? If they did something to him too, the commissioners would get suspicious. No, they were careful enough not to be too obvious. They? Who are you talking about? Don't get upset, Bombina. I mean Damon Gant and Lana Sky. The investigation lead, Damon Gant, and the second in command, Lana Sky. Shaq and Kobe. There wasn't a person on the force who hadn't heard of that duo. That case was the biggest step in both of their careers. After the case ended, Lana transferred the prosecutor's office, right? Yeah. Damon Gant, the new chief of police, arranged for that to happen. She's never been the same since she left. Everyone who knew her said so. Chief Prosecutor Scott was totally different when she was a detective. Now that he mentions it, Emma said something like that too. Tell me, what happened to my sister? Sorry, Bombina, but her secret is too well guarded. I never found out. Lana's secret? It all started 2 years ago. So there you have it. That's my story. Did you enjoy it, partner? It was certainly enlightening. There's one thing for sure I found in the court today. That boy Edgeworth isn't my enemy. He was the one who used falsified evidence to get a guilty verdict. But someone else was the one who gave him that evidence and planned everything. That someone is Damon Gant. Don't believe me? Well, I don't blame you. I won't even be a patrolman after the day. Too bad I won't be around to work with you when you become a real scientific investigator. Adios, Bombina. See ya, Space Cowboy. I like Angel blames them for her demotion too. I'm liking everybody. Like, yeah, I'm liking everybody in this now. Yeah, pretty strong case. I mean, this case isn't as hard as like some of the other ones, I don't believe. This one is kind of easy in comparison, but like the story is pretty good. Cause honestly, it seems kind of straightforward. All right, where are we going? No, Angel's gone. me go here. Let's see. They're all in the conference room. Thanks. Wow, he actually talked to us. But the chief prosecutor saying what she did and the decision about what to do about Mr. Edgeworth, not to mention our statement to the media at tomorrow's trial. There's more chaos going on than Thanksgiving and Christmas put together. I think festive is the word usually used for those. Sir? We'd like to have a look around Chief Gant's office. Just use the connecting hallway to the other building to take the elevator to the top floor. Really? You mean it's okay for us to go in there? I mean, we aren't police officers or anything. Shh. Hey, you're right. You can't go there. It's off limits. Emma, what the fuck? Do you want your sister not to go to jail or what? Follow her lead and do whatever it takes. Why you self-snitching on us? And you gonna look shocked. You the one who did this. Now I do the talking this time, okay? God damn it. What the hell is this room? Oh nah, bruh. He got the evil piano. In the chief's office, silly. At least that's what it said on the door. Check out that pipe organ. That's real, isn't it? It's evil, bro. Hey, I used to take organ lessons in kindergarten. They used to call me Little Miss Botch. Or Little Miss Botch. Bro, this nigga's evil. This is the most obvious evil. What the f... This nigga's evil, bro. That organ is the most evil shit ever, bro. Organs are always evil. That's the most evil set, bro. Like, I'm telling you, bro. This man is evil as hell. They're not even trying to hide it. Oh, it's you too. Chief Gant. He put that paper he was reading in his desk. So, righto, have you been swimming lately? No, I haven't. I've been kind of busy lately. I can appreciate that. I've had my hands full too, with Mr. Marshall's misconduct and Lana's provocative statement. Provocative statement? Oh, you mean about the forged evidence? 2 years have passed since that incident. My, how time flies. See that big picture on the wall over there? This right here, this boy next to me is the person I murdered. The girl next to him is the one I'm about to convict for murder. That's a picture of Lana Neal and me. So this is Mr. Marshall's brother, Prosecutor Neil Marshall. We took it to commemorate our work together. Something's not right with this picture. Something's not right with it? The vase! He is not a final boss. I can't quite seem to put my finger on it though. Gant team picture added to the courtroom record. Anyway, I like to reminisce all day, but there are matters that need my attention. I'm going to lock up here, so let's go out together. Oh? But this office, it was a crime scene 2 years ago, wasn't it? That case has long since been over. There's no need to investigate it anymore. All the same, we like to have a look around. Ooh. Perhaps you didn't hear me. I said there's no need to investigate it anymore. Now, hurry up and get out. I have a meeting to attend. Looks like we aren't welcome. It seems that case isn't over with yet, after all. What do you mean? Chief Gant denied our request to search the crime scene. That means there must be a reason he doesn't want us looking around in there. You mean like a clue? There's got to be a way we can get inside the chief's office. Lana, help us out. You know any secret tunnels? Hey, pal. Detective Gumshoe, aren't you supposed to be in a meeting? I'm just taking a breather. My feet hurt. They kicked you out? From sitting so long? Actually, I'm serving everyone coffee. They kind of doing the golfer work. That's sad. Lana was right. About what exactly? Sounds like Detective Gumshoe's still out of the loop. Say, have either of you seen Mr. Edgeworth? Edgeworth, no. Why do you ask? He's under fire from both the police department and the prosecutor's office. It's almost like the battles between you two in court. Got to do anything to get in the office? I don't know what that is exactly. Gumshoe? What are we gonna do? I don't know. Make up something that needs his immediate attention? That sounds serious. Is it because of what my sister said? That's basically what it all boils down to. That falsified evidence 2 years ago. Now Mr. Edgeworth has the whole world after his blood. Yikes. But why would Edgeworth be blamed? It's not like he knew the evidence was forged. Lana Sky's the guilty party here, isn't she? Regardless, the prosecutor is responsible for the evidence they present in court. Not only that, but as you know, there's been a lot of rumors going around about Mr. Edgeworth. His amazing talent as a prosecutor has kept him safe from those who don't like him. But now with this, are there really so many people who hate him? In our word, only those with talent rise to the top. Mr. Edgeworth not only has that, but he's young. There's no better recipe I know for making enemies. Hey, Dick, keep up the good work. Yes, sir. Let's go out for lunch again sometime. My treat. Yes, sir. You gotta take me back to that joint sometime. Okay, Dick? Yes, sir. It seems you don't have any problems with enemies. Okay. I wasn't seeing a joke at first, but okay, I get it. Yeah, well, I'm careful not to stick out. Anyway, I'm a bit worried about him. Under all this pressure, I'm afraid Mr. Edgeworth just might crack. Actually, I took a look at the file earlier while the coffee was brewing. He seemed genuinely concerned for Edgeworth. Well, did you find out anything? The only evidence Dark left behind was during his final attack. His final attack? You mean when he killed Prosecutor Marshall, who was trying to protect some girl? Me. It seems Detective Gumshoe never realized Emma was the girl. That's when he left the most incriminating evidence of all. Well, what was it? Oh, let's see. I think it has something to do with the murder weapon? Oh, I forgot. Look, it's all written in here, okay? His powers of recollection never failed to impress. Maybe we should show him the murder weapon. It might jog his memory. Okay. We got that. Well, look like Dick got look like Dick do good work. Shinobu Glass. Joe Dart was 42 at the time of the crime. He was just your run-of-the-mill businessman. A businessman? What made him take to serial killer? One day on his way home from work, he hit someone with his car. With his car? So it was an accident? An accident, yes, but it was transformed into an animal. Oh, so he killed someone and he liked it? An animal? He killed a man that witnessed the accident. Then he killed a lady who saw the second crime. A kid walked by then. What the fuck? No, I gotta read that again. What? Nah. He killed a man that witnessed the accident. Then he killed a lady who saw the second crime. A kid walked by just then, so he killed him too. Then when he was burying the bodies, a jogger came upon the scene and was killed as well. Finally, he turned himself in. What the fuck? Oh my God. Jesus Christ. This man is a monster. Of course, this is all conjecture and wasn't a single shred of evidence. So he turned himself in? Yes, but in the middle of questioning, he fled and murdered his final victim. Prosecutor Marshall. That crime was witnessed by someone too, but luckily Dark was arrested on the spot. It's a good thing that last witness wasn't killed. That last witness, aka Emma. Oh, you saw The Boys yet? Bet Homelander your favorite character? Oh, who's my favorite character? It wasn't Homelander that was my favorite character in The Boys, but I like Homelander a good amount. I don't know. I don't think I actually thought about that. No way. Wait, I mean, sure, of course, someone else really did it. Someone who must have a grudge against Mr. Edgeworth. So let me show him the knife. About this. Hey, is that? There's a tag attached to it with the label SL9 incident on it. I believe this would be the broken murder weapon you were speaking of. What are you doing with that? Ever since that case was closed, that knife's been locked away in the locker room. On that day Detective Goodman was murdered, this suddenly disappeared from the locker and was found in Mr. Edgeworth's car muffler. That's it. Now I remember what that incriminating piece of evidence was. What that incriminating piece of evidence was. When you showed me that knife, it all came back to me. Well, what is it, Detective? Quick, before you forget again. This knife, it was Joe Dart's, wasn't it? That's right. We traced it back to the store he bought it at, plus it had his fingerprints on it too. But no one actually witnessed him using it to murder anyone, right? That's where his luck ran out. When you take a good look at the knife, you'll see it's broken. You don't have to take a good look to notice that. Yeah, well, anyway, take a guess where the broken tip of the knife was found. That's what did him in. Where was it? The victim, Neil Marshall, was carrying it inside his own body. But he got stabbed in the back. It was found deep inside the stab wound. What? Did it match Dart's knife? You bet, down to the last fiber. Nah. They just go through so much shit, can't help but cheer. Nada. But hey. So they're saying this was? Well, there you have it in a nutshell. That's all I know. Can I ask you one more thing? What is it? If it's money you need, you should ask Detective Gant, or Chief Gant. It's not money, but it does concern the chief. His office is a crime scene, right? It's where Prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered. The chief's out now, and his office is locked. But we'd like to have a look around if that's okay. Well, any detective's ID card can unlock the door. What? Really? But if I let a civilian in there, I'd be charged with a breach of trust. Breach of trust? Simply put, I'd be canned. Oh. Sorry, pal. I don't plan on getting fired because of you. How about this ID card? It was Detective Goodman's. That won't work either. The data was deleted the day he died. Oh. So in other words, Gumshoe is our only chance of getting into that office. I wonder if there's something we can show him that would make him change his mind. Something that we could show him that could change his mind. Oh no, Edgeworth is here. Let's see. Maybe we gotta get something from him first. What are you doing here? He sure was quick to throw that paper on the floor. Tough day in court, huh? I've had to live the past 2 years with rumors flying around. What's another allegation to me? Cheer up, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm rooting for you. Stop dick eating. That's Edgeworth for you. Always trying to hide his real feelings. Yeah. So, what do you want? Like some people, I don't have all day. You got time to get your ass kicked. There's no excuse for what I've done. 2 years ago, I used false evidence to obtain a guilty verdict. That's what it all breaks down to, and nothing I do can erase that fact. But you didn't know, did you? But is this bonus case, is this trying to use to absolve him of everything that he did prior to this? Because he was definitely dirty before. Like, I feel like they're trying to clear him up so he's completely good, but he was definitely in a gray area. I feel like they're trying to use this one thing of him getting forged evidence without his knowledge to kind of absolve him from the other stuff. I mean, that the evidence was falsified. The police department and the prosecutor's office share a bond of trust. If that bond is broken, we stand to lose everything. The police department's error is my error. My responsibility as prosecutor in charge. Well, I respect that you've taken responsibility for it. The fact remains the same no matter what excuses I might have. Mr. Edgeworth, I take pride in my work. So tell me why. Why has it all come to this? Even Edgeworth can't keep this kind of emotion bottled up. Are you up for the trial tomorrow? First last year's trial, and now this one. It seems all you do is worry about me. To be honest, you're getting on my nerves. But Mr. Edgeworth, you can't just walk out on the trial. Tomorrow's the last day. It's too late to change prosecutors. I bet that's what my superiors are banking on. I never thought that the case would come back to haunt me like this. What do you mean? The list of evidence. It seems too short. Most lists run twice as long. It's only half as long as most lists? That is odd. After Neil Marshall was murdered, I became prosecutor for that case. I may not have been part of the investigation, but I knew what I had to do. Use the evidence I was given to prove the suspect guilty. That was really the only thing on my mind at the time. Say, we just saw a picture taken around that time. That picture. Something seems strange about it. Could you tell us again about what happened that day? The day Detective Goodman was murdered? You were participating in the ceremony over at the station, right? I never cared for ceremonies, but I had to attend that one. Because you were awarded this? Those receiving awards can't exactly skip out on the ceremony. I finished up at the office in the morning, then drove over to the police department. You finished up at the office? Yes, just odds and ends, clerical stuff. I didn't plan on returning to the office that day. That is, until I asked to take something back. Take something back? This. Oh yeah, Chief Gant asked you to hold on to that, didn't he? So I said like the trophy may have been used to taunt them. The trophy may have just been an excuse to get everybody in one place, all the detectives in one place, so they could move the body out. Because remember, the trophy or whatever, like who is arranging that is the higher ups or whatever. So they have a ceremony, have the police and everybody, all these people attend, while Gant slips back door and is able to do all this basically under their noses and kind of clear the department. And then two, the trophy and the screwdriver and all this other stuff was kind of used to frame Edgeworth. So I think he initially was trying to be, they tried to frame Edgeworth, but it ended up being Lana. Yes, there was a piece of evidence in the case that was closed half a year ago. He asked me to bring it back to the prosecutor's office. That's the story we heard yesterday. So you came back here to the prosecutor's office because the chief asked you to? That's right. I think I'm showing on the picture, right? This picture was hanging on the wall in Chief Gant's office. Prosecutor Neil Marshall. He had just started making a name for himself. Looks like this was taken when he received the King of Prosecutors trophy. Speaking of that, there's something that bothers me. Yes? The trophy Mr. Marshall is holding, it's a little different than yours. Yes, you're right. I remember now. Remember what? That was what the official prosecutor's trophy looked like until 2 years ago. There's a story behind this design. Story? Sounds interesting. Would you mind telling it to us? It's simple, really. Contradiction. That's what the award is based on. This award originates from an ancient Chinese tale. Uh-oh, Ellie. In Chinese, the word contradiction is written with two characters. The first meaning halberd, and the second meaning means shield. Have you heard the story? Me? Oh, sure. Everyone knows that. Why don't you tell it, though, for Emma's sake? Okay, Nick a little crafty. Very well. Long ago, in the kingdom of Chu, there was an arms merchant. One day, he presented the king with two items. The first was a halberd he claimed could slice through any shield or armor. Chu, Karin? Everything's bigger in Chu. The second was a shield he claimed could withstand any weapon. Wait a minute. What the? Those claims contradict each other. Very perceptive. But then again, you've heard the story before, right? Anyway, as you mentioned, the varied descriptions of these items discredit them both. When the king pointed this out, the merchant was left speechless, and thus a Chinese word for contradiction was born. Oh, I see. So the chipped shield and the broken knife symbolize... Precisely so. They symbolize the merchant's items. The ancient tale ends with the merchant as at a loss for words. But it's in our nature to pursue matters to their conclusion, even if it results in something as ugly as this. Wow, thanks, Mr. Edgeworth. I learned something new today. That's funny. If that's so, then why were you only given a shield? You had to ask Chief Gant. 2 years ago, he had the halberd part of the award abolished. Okay, is that it? Excuse me. She's back. Yeah. Would either of you care for a quarter pound of roast beef? Miss Star! I guess she's out of lunches. You certainly are the curious sort, aren't you? Kind of like the first person who sucked a cow's nipple to discover What? Still, I never thought you'd go digging up that case for 2 years ago. Everyone in this trial was involved in the SL9 incident. Not only that, but the murder occurred on the very day that evidence from that case was due for transferal. This can't be all attributed to mere coincidence. Aren't you forgetting something? You know, that little scene I happened to witness? Mizukage back. The instant Lana stabbed Detective Goodman with a knife. No matter how much of the past you dig up, it won't change what I saw. Roast beef is meant to be savored when eaten. Miss Star's hatred towards Lana. I mean, now her hatred towards Lana makes a lot more sense. It all dates back to 2 years ago. Joe Dark. That's the name I'll not soon forget. We trailed him for half a year. Oh, the pressure. Still, I don't think I was ever more alive than I was then. Those days were steamier than a bowl of hot gravy. Poor old Jake Marshall, though, must have been going through hell. You mean because of his brother's death? They were close, those two. After Neil died, something took over Jake. He became obsessed. Seeing Jake like that made her all the more desperate. Her? Lana Sky. My sister? The best of the best were put on that SL9 case. Of course, they were led by that legendary duo. Got it! I finally got it. Damn. I finally got it. No, that's not what I want to do. God damn it. That legendary pair was the reason we were able to keep up our investigation. That's why we were so shocked over how it turned out. You mean with the fortune of the evidence? Don't get me wrong. Joe Dark got what he deserved. Still, it was obvious the evidence produced in court was being manipulated. Items our team never found would suddenly appear, while other items were kept secret. But you don't have proof anything illegal was done. I'm proof enough of what happened. After that case, all of us, save Goodman, were relieved of our duties. Most without even so much an explanation. Then Lana Sky transferred to the prosecutor's office and became chief prosecutor. And I always wanted to be a prosecutor. Nothing's quite as simple as it appears. Huh? Lana Sky was merely being used as a pawn. That's my take on the matter. She was being used? Damon Gann and Lana Sky. Gant led the investigation, with Lana second in command. They were the best. They solved all kinds of cases together, didn't they? Damon Gant's magnetism in particular was almost unreal. His magnetism? By that I mean his ability to attract evidence. He'd produced the most incredible evidence in cases he handled. So he probably was doing even worse. I was just talking about this case that he forged evidence for. So that's how he made a name for himself. So he probably did more dirt and locked up more innocent people. Maybe even killed more innocent people. Incredible evidence, you mean? Oh yes, there were rumors about him even back then. No one dared confront him though. I take it she's talking about forged evidence. Are you trying to say he isn't legit? He may be corrupt, Ellie! Ah! If we can't believe in the police, who do we believe in? Back then, everyone looked up to Lana. All the detectives wanted to be like her. Really? Oh yes, myself included. I was a fool, really. She hated anything crooked and always watched out for the other detectives. That's why She was so concerned for Jake. Mr. Marshall. When Jake's brother was murdered, she felt as if she had lost her own brother. If it wasn't for her, I don't think Jake would have ever recovered from his shock. That's what makes it all the more infuriating. Miss Starr. That's why I'll never be able to forgive her. Why does she have to turn so cold after that? Lana transferred to the prosecutor's office 2 years ago, didn't she? Yes, thanks to Chief Gant's powerful influence. Chief? That's right. Having solved the SL9 case, his position as chief was secured. There was only one thing left for him to control, and then no one could stand in his way. The prosecutor's office. So he put her in position so he could have more influence over a wider spread of, damn, man. That's why Lana was transferred? If he could control the chief prosecutor, he could control the prosecutor's office. Between Gant, Von Karma, and the judge, this might be the most corrupt legal system in all of fiction. The funny thing about the judge is he isn't even conspiring with people. He's just that stupid to the point that we had to label him as evil because his incompetence as being in this position, like, puts him in prime position to lock niggas up for crimes they didn't commit. Because you got to think, we're talking about all the people involved in these moving pieces to. From what we can see of this, Marshall's brother was probably murdered by Gant. 99.999% chance. We're talking about what he's doing, but we're not talking about the judge who's overseeing this. So, like, yo. And again, it's funny because nobody's, like, actually in the judge's ear, I presume, telling him, yo, we need to get this verdict or whatever. He's impartial. He's like the most biased, impartial person there because he's not being manipulated by anybody. He's just stupid. He's that stupid to the point that he's evil. That's crazy. But yeah, we got the judge, we got Gant, we got Von Karma. So we got the prosecution, the judge, chief police. And who knows if he has people under him that's doing the same thing. And then Lana, prosecutor. I don't know if she, like, did stuff for him further or not, but damn. That must have been his goal all along. But how could he control Lana? I don't know. But one thing's for sure. Ever since that case ended, she's never been the same. It's only logical to conclude there must have been a reason for her change. At last, I'm finally getting close to the bottom of this ugly mess. Thank you, Miss Starr. You listen to me, rookie. It takes more than just ingredients to create fine cuisine. I hope you turn out to be a better chef than I've been. I like all the characters involved in this. Is there any character I dislike in this case? Yeah, I don't think there's a character I dislike in this case. That's a rarity. Oh, you're back. You're still here? I gotta make 150 copies of these files. Brewing coffee, copying files. I'll turn into a regular DJ. You're a DJ as well? If I'm not mistaken, I think he means desk jockey. Oh, that DJ. I gotta admire your persistency, but my answer's still no. I'm not letting you into the chief's office, period. It'll be my neck on the line. That office is the last crime scene in the SL9 incident. I had to take a look in there. There's got to be something we can do to make the detective change his mind. I mean, we didn't get any new evidence, did we? Oh no, I think something got updated. Yeah, this would be like the weird stuff with this. She's not gonna talk at all. I'm sure about that. And honestly, the last thing that she said felt conclusive. So I don't think I'm supposed to present anything to her. I think at best, maybe there's something I could present to Edgeworth. Is there anything to examine here? Let's see. Hey, Edgeworth. Is that Detective Gumshoe out the window there? Oh no, he's falling to the ground. Hold on. First, let me see what this girl's doing crawling around my feet. He didn't even look. What? Letter of resignation? If you're having trouble reading, I'll read it for you. It says letter of resignation. So this is what we probably got to present to old boy. I'm tired, right? I feel as if something inside me has died. But Mr. Edgeworth, none of it is your fault. I know for the path I've walked, you don't need to tell me. And the path I've walked hasn't been a just one. I can't forgive myself for what I've done. And no one else should forgive me either. Uh-oh. I think he's serious. Mr. Wright, please, you had to do something. This letter of resignation, I wonder if I could use it for anything. Oh, thank God. Here, boy. Look, your boyfriend about to quit. Now let us in. Your boyfriend about to quit. No way. Mr. Edgeworth can't be serious. Is he ever not serious? I can't believe they pushed him this far. Mr. Edgeworth really feels responsible. When I first met him, I thought he was as cold as ice too. But I know different now. He trusted us detectives to provide him with sound evidence. But we betrayed him. Detective. That's it. I made up my mind. But here, take my ID card. We can't do that. If someone found out, bro, take the ID card. I don't give a fuck. They wouldn't let you off the hook with another lost item report. Look at me. It's no secret I'm already out of the loop. After all, I'm friends with Mr. Edgeworth. Depending on how this case turns out, I may already be as good as terminated. Oh, okay. Now he thinking smart. Now you thinking smart. He know it's gonna be up for him. So at least let me do this for Mr. Edgeworth's sake. All right, detective. Thank you. All right, let's get out of here. February 24th, Police Department, Chief's office. The evil office. It plays by Gumshoe. I respect it. If anyone finds us now, Detective Gumshoe's a goner. If that happens, I'm counting on you to bail me out. Why are you here, bro? Sorry, I thought you were a ghost. I didn't even know you could slap a ghost. Ah, Detective Gumshoe. What are you doing sneaking up on us like that? I wasn't sneaking. I was just worried something might go wrong. So I came to. If you're here, then what's the point of us giving us your ID card? Hey, don't do that to my car. I hardly ever get a chance to come in here. So I figured I'd have a look around myself. Besides, we're all in this together now. You really do want to get fired, don't you? Not if we're lucky. Come on now, let's see what we can find. I got a bad feeling about this. Alright, hopefully we get to the trial in like 20 minutes. Because my God, this case is long. Jesus. We might go 3 days on this case, bro. That desk on the other side of the room, was that your sister's? Yes, that's why I was waiting for Lana. On that day 2 years ago. Remember when you said now we aren't playing Danganronpa, streams won't be so long? That's what I thought. I seriously thought I would be done at this time. I didn't think it was going to take this long. Like, I thought like 5 hours would be highballing where I thought the stream would possibly end. I did not think it was going to be another, what? Because we didn't even get to the trial part, and you know that's going to take at least an hour. This may end up getting like 7 hours. And then stack that on top of the other stream. That's longer than any Danganronpa case I've done. I'm tired of reading. Ugh. There can't possibly be any clues remaining. We might have that knife that the suit of armor has. Can I ask you something? Well, we still had the trophy in the picture. Sure. You only came here to look around, right? Because it's one of the SL9, the crime scenes. I mean, that's your only reason for coming here, isn't it? Why do you ask? You don't think? Nah. You wouldn't be. No. No, there's no way. Never mind. Don't worry about it. Okay. Now then, let's look around a bit more. Hey, hold on. Not so fast, buddy. Huh? What is it? When someone tells you don't worry about it, it's supposed to start bothering you, pal. You don't just let it go at that. Sorry. This guy's starting to get on my nerves. Okay, so what's bothering you? You two don't think. Chief can't. Might be a suspect, do you? What? He's right, Mr. Wright. What do we think of him? Chief can't, so it's finally come to this. What do you think of him? Perhaps it's best I don't divulge my feelings yet. There you go, ignoring me again. Okay. Let's see. This is the real deal, isn't it? The armor and these weapons? Sure is, pal. The chief doesn't care for imitations. First the pipe organ, now this armor? Do you know how many taxpayer dollars must have gone into this room? What? You mean we're paying for this? That's it. I'm not paying 1 cent of my taxes. That a girl. You don't have any taxes to pay. Shh, be careful of what you say. Who knows, the chief may be hiding that armor as we speak. Okay, everybody's stupid. She's right. I don't think he'd fit in there. Even if he did, he'd never be able to get back out. Cut it out, you guys don't know how scary that guy can be. Wow, look at the size of Chief Gant's desk. Speaking of that, when we were here earlier. Oh, it's you two. Chief Gant. He put that paper he was reading in his desk. I wonder what he was reading. This looks like a list of evidence. A list of evidence. In most cases, the list runs twice as long as this though. Hey, look at the case name. Huh? SO9 incident. I wonder what this is doing here. Hold on, detective. What did you just say? I said, I wonder what. No, about evidence lists. Normally they're twice as long. That's right. I guess there wasn't a lot of evidence. A half-size list of evidence. The list of evidence, it seems too short. Most lists runs twice as long. What would the other half of the list be doing here? I knew it. The chief must be hiding something about that case. It would appear so. A 7-digit number. Bingo. What number did you enter? Whose birthday was that, pal? 77777777. The final ID card number on that record. What? The number of the mysterious executive officer who entered the room that day. You mean 77777777? That ID number? I think you're 1-7 shy this time. This can only mean one thing. That's the Chief Gant's ID number. Say, anyone care to look inside? Oh, no. There we go. A shard from a broken cup. Somehow looks familiar. Where have I seen this before? There's something else in here too. What's this? It looks like a piece of leather cloth. Why did he just hide all this evidence in his office rather than disposing of it? Hey, I saw someone wearing a shirt like that once. You think the chief made up the design? I don't think so. Oh, well, it was just a thought. Is that it? Is this all that was in the safe? Apparently so. It's empty now. A piece of cloth with a handprint on it, and a broken shard from a cup. They look like pieces of evidence. Yeah, but unless you can prove they have something to do with this case, I'm afraid I can't just let you take them. After all, it's my neck on the line here. Great. Now I have to prove their relevancy to get them. How are these two items related to the SL9 incident? Come on, there's got to be something we can show the detective. Detective Gunshoe, could you have another look at this jar? I remember when the three of us put that back together. Ah, those were the days. It's kind of early to be nostalgic. Wasn't this jar a piece of evidence from that case? That's right. One of the shards had an SL9 incident sticker on it. Doesn't this ring any bells? You know, that fragment we just found? You mean this one? That was in the safe? Yes, that one. That was in the safe. Now that you mention it, it's ringing a lot of bells. Let's see if it fits. Here, let me see that shard. I'll take a crack at this. Go ahead, pal. Show us what a rookie can do. Mr. Wright, here's some glue. You just had that on you? Okay. How do I do this again? There, fits like a charm. That of course means Chief Gant willingly and knowingly hid a piece of this jar in his safe. In other words, he concealed a piece of evidence from the SL9 incident. But, hey, you guys, get a load of this. What is it? It's piece you just attached. It's different from the others. There's a reddish line on it. A reddish line? That's blood. I don't get it. Why would Chief Gant hide this in a safe? Okay, now I gotta prove the other. So here. Oh no, I don't have the. Oh my God. Okay. Now what? Did I do it? Oh, God. Please let this be the last thing, bro. Go ahead, take my fingerprints. It's not your fingerprints we want to take. Huh? Come on, this isn't the time for jokes. We're talking about that cloth we found in a safe. Oh, I knew that. The one with the handprint on it, right? Sheesh, where's your sense of humor? Jesus. Oh, we got it, midnight. You just gotta let me die, bro. And this for some reason like always kills my audio. Oh, so it's not Gantz. What? I was about to say, let me just. Okay, let's see. Looks. No. Emma, there we go. Emma, what's up, man? No, how can this be? What are Emma's fingerprints doing here? What? Are they saying that Emma is the one that ended up killing that would be a twist. And then maybe Gant is the one that covered things up. Maybe so. That would make a lot of sense though. But what did the prints come from exactly? Or what is this cloth for? I don't know what these fingerprints are for though exactly, so I'm not sure. And so we withholding that information from her. Yeah, I don't know what the fingerprints from the cloth is supposed to be. It could just be blackmail too, so that's a possibility. I don't know what this cloth is for. Now, that's not very kind, is it? In other words, if it wasn't for his ID card, he would have been useless. Isn't that right, you in a coat? Chief Gant! We didn't think you'd be back so soon. Fortunately, I'm a man who believes in signs. As I was walking to my meeting, I happened to look out a window and saw a stray dog run right into a pole. Just then, I thought of a certain detective. Do you mean me, sir? Now then, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you all to leave. Yes, sir. Sorry. Oh, you in a coat. Me, sir? Drop off your ID on the way out. Peace, gumshoe. You gonna get your job back, but peace for now, bro. You won't be needed anymore. But, sir... It's your last day, bruh. I ain't gonna lie, Gumshoe, you sold us because he figured us out because of you following us here. You didn't need to be here, bro. You sold us and you sold yourself. Wait, you the one without the spiky hair. Don't go yet. Me, sir? I like a word with you. Don't talk to him. He laughing at a hard-working man losing his job. But sir, I'm not a licensed scientific investigator yet. You with the spiky hair, you're free to go. Emma, don't listen to him. Just leave. Just leave. Look, pal. If I told you once, I've told you 1,000 times. The chief's office is off limits. But no, you just had to go sneaking in there like that, didn't you? You came into the office yourself. I didn't tell you to go into the office. He wouldn't have known that I used your ID card. He would just known I would have used an ID card. Now, you would have probably got figured out later either way. But your dumb ass got fired on the spot because you wanted to play detective like you was a real detective. I thought you said you didn't care anymore if you were fired. Yeah, but if I knew it'd be like this, I never would have said it. And I seen the evidence Chief Gant was hiding in his office. I think I'm finally starting to get the picture. But why has she kept eerily silent about it all this time? Anyway, you listening to me? I want to try to smooth things over with the chief again. Later, pal. After that, I heard from Emma. She said the police wanted to ask her some questions, so she'll be busy for the rest of the day. So, it's either Emma ended up killing Neil by accident, or Gant just orchestrated it. But he's blackmailing Emma. What's likely that happened is that Emma fainted like she said actually happened, and then he just framed her. He framed Emma as the person so he could further use Lana. I just can't believe that he's gonna go that dark and say that she killed somebody and then she's gonna go to jail. If they do, that would be a twist, but I don't know. I see. So the chief asked him to come in for a questioning. It's no use thinking about it. Tomorrow's the final day in the court. I'm committed to doing everything I can to defend you, which is why I'm here. I've already told you all I can. What you told me over these past couple of days is absolutely nothing. Not a single useful thing. Talk! Really? I believe I did mention something quite important. Something I told you right at the beginning. I said that I was the one who stabbed Detective Goodman. You know, I think I finally figured it out. I know who it is that's lurking behind your words. Mia did a good job mentoring you. I'm rather jealous. It seems Edgeworth was right. Edgeworth? Once you're convinced you know something, no one can persuade you otherwise. Thick-headed is the term he used, I believe. Now's my chance to get her to tell me the rest of the story. So what's up with your girl, your sister's fingerprints? What's up with that? Oh, let me talk first. I have to admit, I was more than a little perplexed at first. You insisted you did it, yet there was no incriminating evidence. That's when it hit me. It's not that you're unwilling to tell the truth. It's that you're incapable of doing so because of a certain individual. What an intriguing notion. A certain individual, you say? So you think I'm protecting this person? Protecting? No, I think afraid of is more like it. If I'm not mistaken, the person in question may have persuaded you to silence. For argument's sake, Mr. Wright, whom may I ask is this person you're speaking of? The one I'm supposedly so frightened of. What is this person's name? Come on, bruh. Well, Miss Sky? Mr. Wright, you are addressing the chief prosecutor. Do not forget your place. I take it she's not ready to spill the beans. My apologies. That's so petty. Who does that mid-convo? Just... You are not worthy of speaking to me. I gotta do that to somebody in real life one time, just to see how they gonna react. She got leader energy. I need Priscilla to do that. We were partners until 2 years ago. I respected him as a detective. Respected. Past tense. Assuming he is respectable to tell me something. Why would he try to hide his crimes? His crimes? Both you and Edgeworth will be brought before a board of inquiry for what you did. Specifically hiding and forging evidence. Of course, these are serious offenses. Why is it though that Chief Gant's name was never mentioned? Chief Gant? Edgeworth didn't know the truth behind the forgery. The only party who could have possibly tampered with the evidence was me. I had access because I was second in command of that investigation. Yes, you, but also one other, Damon Gant. If you intend to accuse Chief Gant, you need more than just words. Show me proof that Chief Gant's falsified evidence is in that case. I just found this in a safe in the chief's office. This jar piece and this piece of cloth. Do you know what these are? They're pieces of evidence from the SL9 incident. The person concealing evidence was none other than Chief Gant himself. Now tell me, why are you taking all the blame for him? Touché, Mr. Wright. It's as you surmised. I cannot disobey the chief's orders, even if it means being found guilty for murder. Why not? Come on now, Mr. Wright. You can't possibly expect me to be able to tell you that. 3 days ago, I had no choice but to cooperate. In the murder of Detective Goodman? Or perhaps I should say, follow orders. Yes, that's more accurate than cooperate. Although I can't tell you the details, I can say that I was given an order that day. I need you to dispose of Bruce Goodman's body. I thought so. So like I said, that picture that we got of her supposedly I fucking said it! I fucking said it! I still got that picture? No, I don't have that picture no more. Oh well. You said the Celeste thing, yeah. Where's Hero at? just as I suspected. Despite what everyone believes, you were not the one who murdered Detective Goodman. Correct. I was trying to take the body out of Edgeworth's car. The trunk's lock was broken, and I discovered that murder weapon while inspecting the body. The murder weapon? You mean Edgeworth's knife? No. When I found the body, this was the knife stuck in it. The knife in the SL9 incident, serial killer Joe Dart's knife. I couldn't just leave that knife in him, so I took it out and stabbed him with another knife. Oh, so she actually did stab him. But so she changed the knife. Okay. But why did she change the knife? So, So were her sisters? No. No, because that was the knife from the old case. So were her sisters prints on a knife? Why else would she do that? Her sister's prints must have been on that knife. So she used Edgeworth's knife. That would be Edgeworth's knife. That's right. Even though he was already dead, my hands were shaking at the thought of stabbing him. That's why I ended up cutting my hand. And that's the reason for the bandage on your right hand? Yes. It seems that I got blood on the victim's shoes as well. And then she saw me just as I plunged the knife in. Miss Starr, huh? Why did you need to hide Dart's knife so badly? It took a lot of work to finally close the Dart case 2 years ago. It was over with. I didn't ever want to be it opened again. My intent was to prevent that by whatever means possible. So you hid Dart's knife? The weapon used to stab the detective was evidence in the Joe Dart case. If word got out, which it would, the reporters would have a field day with that. So you wrapped the knife in your scarf and hid it. And Edgeworth is allspice. Right, then I called my sister to tell her what happened and asked her to hide the knife that was inside my muffler. You asked Emma? I didn't want anybody on the force to know about this. That would explain why Emma is so confident about Lana's innocence. Speaking of phone calls, I had a bad feeling about one of them that day. A bad feeling? The truth is, after I received those orders from Chief Gant, the first thing I did was make a phone call. A phone call to Patrolman Jake Marshall. To Marshall? Why on earth would you call him? The lead investigator for the SL9 incident had been murdered. I wanted that fact to be kept hidden, and I needed help. He was the only other person I could trust. Or at least I thought I could trust him at the time. However, it seems that after I spoke to him, he went off on an escapade of his own. Oh, you mean not wanting the case to die? He decided to take things into his own hands. He disguised himself as Detective Goodman and tried to steal the evidence? He had already stolen the ID card, but it seems he still hadn't made up his mind to break into the evidence room. After my phone call, any remaining doubt he had must have disappeared. So your phone call caused the incident in the evidence room? I'm afraid that's all I can tell you. But Lana, you've earned my respect, Mr. Wright, both as a defense attorney and an investigator. Now please, don't pursue this any further in court tomorrow. Tomorrow's trial. There's only one way to drive off Lena's demons. I've got to get to the bottom of everything. I got to find out who killed my dad. I hear the voices stay in my mind. I gotta find out who killed my dad. And what went down in the chief's office 2 years ago? To be content. I've got like 5 of these. This better be it. This better be it. No more. No more after this. If we go further than this, that's it. We gonna end the stream. Final day? You sure? Are you sure?
Life is just death, taking its time. Who gon' take it from my hand? Was lonely before friends. I'm holding my own hand and taking these bad shots, just hoping they go in. Everything folds in.